to the Spudcast, the podcast where we bring you the stories, the successes, and the real community conversations behind Moorhead Area Public Schools. I'm your host, Brenda Richmond, with our superintendent, Dr. Brandon Lunig.
Brandon, welcome to our very first Spudcast episode. We're kicking off a brand new school year under the theme Spotlight on Success. How are you feeling as we head into August?
Well, back to school is an amazing time for everybody. If you're in education, the first day of school, there's just something you can't quantify. There's an excitement there that I don't think you get in any other profession. And for me, this is year 29. And I remember back in 1997 when I was sitting in my first back to school workshop, and we had a teacher in the back row that said he was starting his 30th year. And I looked and I said to myself, well, that guy's old. And now I'm quickly knocking on the door. Right? I'm quickly knocking on the door of 30. And I think what it just tells me is 29 years have gone by super fast. And the profession has been extremely rewarding for me. And I hope that everybody that's in this profession feels the same satisfaction that I've felt in my 29 years in the business. One of those highlights of those every year, the highlights of each year that goes by is the back to school day, week, even the week coming back to before the first day when all you see the staff come back, and there's just a renewed sense of enthusiasm. And like I said, you just don't get to replicate that. And get to do what we do on a daily basis is extremely rewarding. So,
and it gets better every year, doesn't it? Like there's such excitement as we see staff that we haven't seen all summer long, and you know, I think our families get excited too. And about 3 years ago, we started a new event called the District Showcase. And I'm really excited that Isaac Lundberg is with us today to talk about the District Showcase and really what families can do to get ready for the school year through the District Showcase. So welcome to the show, Isaac.
Thank you.
Isaac, this marks our 5th annual District Showcase. I remember when it started 5 years ago and you came to us with this idea. And that idea has expanded from a family who might, be new to kindergarten to now, I think, the big event for everybody in this this event that you host or created. Everybody's excited to get their schedule. And so, tell us about the District Showcase, the history of it, the why behind it, and what your goal is as a result of the District Showcase.
Yeah, great question. I think I can't take credit. I think it was my wife's idea, and I'm now kind of collaborating with her on making sure we have it up and running. I think the District Showcase is an event that's intended to very much capture the spirit of what you were talking about, that back to school energy. It's an event that is really geared towards families and hopefully being able to come and get connected before the school year begins. So if I were to describe it to someone, I'd say it's really like kind of a pre-back to school. So if you think of your sort of traditional back to school night, ideally, if you come to District Showcase, you can hopefully get kind of all your questions answered that you might need, see some friendly faces from your school, have a little bit of fun, maybe have a meal. There's a lot of services available or community partners available to connect with while you're there. So that maybe when you do go to back to school night at your school, you can really focus on meeting your teacher and letting that kind of be the focus of that night. So sort of a one-stop shop for getting your questions answered as the school year kicks off. And I think it is a really fun way to see some smiling faces, connect with some people you haven't seen in a couple months, maybe some families you haven't seen either. And yeah, it's turned into a really cool event. So
I'm so glad that you gave kudos to Lexi because she's awesome. And this is very much a group effort, isn't it? Like there's all the administrators across the district are involved, as well as a lot of frontline staff, because everybody is there for kids. So what about that family that's just moved into our district,
Mhm.
or that family that just has a brand new kindergartner? What
Yeah.
would you say?
Yeah, I would say definitely stop by. When you come in, you're gonna, there's a registration, so we'll ask everybody to register. Um, that allows us to, first, that's your opportunity to print your schedule and figure out who your teacher is a day early. So kind of a little incentive for families there to swing in. Um, at that registration, they'll check our systems to kind of make sure that you've got all your documentation done. Anything that we need to serve you well for the school year is kind of taken care of. And if you are a family who maybe doesn't have all your technology or your Power School registration done, if you want to update immunization records, if you want to connect with food services on what you need to connect with them on for your child, all of those people are there that day, so you don't have to try to flag them down elsewhere. And we'll try to, at registration, kind of queue you up for what it is that you might want to take care of on that day. If you're a family that isn't quite sure how to log in on the parent portal yet, technology is there to support you through that process. Your school principal and some representatives from that school or the schools that your kids attend are there to answer any questions about the upcoming year. Get connected to activities at your school. Get connected to community partners. There's really a lot going on. So I think we're going to talk more about it as we go. But
You're talking about waiting in line. I think that is a tribute to you and Lexi and your team for watching this event grow. And sometimes events don't events just don't catch on like we'd like them to. But this event has really gotten to be where it is exactly what it's called, and that's a showcase.
yeah, I think really like it's a credit to our school team, our community. They consistently show up for kids. We have all kinds of community partners who are there that want to connect with and serve our families. Our school teams are the reason that people want to come and connect, right? And so we appreciate that, but it's a big lift by a lot of people and a lot of people contributing to it. So
I'm sorry, Brandon, but to piggyback off of that, um, there's a lot of services there that parents and kids can get, ranging from haircuts to
Yep.
so is there, from the 5 years that this has grown, what can parents take advantage of, and have you added anything new this year?
Yeah, I'm
as a result
I'm
of
trying to
that?
keep track of what we've added that's new. Every year we tend to add a few things, but I think the first thing maybe I would point you to is the district departments that are there. So like if you need to connect with transportation, that's a great department to connect with. Food service I mentioned earlier, technology I mentioned earlier, health services is there. I think you're going to be there. So if you need to have a conversation with Mr. Lunick, you maybe will find him there. He might be right next to Spuddy, who I think is going to be there, probably with his orchestra teacher best friend. If you are a family who's served by our Indian education team, they have a lot going on that day for backpack drive, ABE and early education. If your family is served by those programs, they're all there. So those are sort of in addition to the schools, obviously. So those are kind of the core district teams and resources that are there. And then, as you mentioned, we have free haircuts. Skill Cuts has been an awesome partner over the years. So they're bringing something like 10 barbers that usually has a long line, but free haircuts for kids needing them for back to school. If family healthcare will be there, they'll be showing off some of their mobile units, but they're also providing physicals for $30 for kids who need those. Getting connected to activities. That's still before the start of fall activities, so a helpful opportunity there for a walk-in physical. The Spud store will be open, so that's maybe the one thing that isn't free on that day. But if you need some Spud gear for back to school, Spuddy's store will be open at the Career Academy. There's an opportunity in the Spud closet for families who need maybe some additional clothes or those types of things going back into school. They may have some school supplies. That's kind of our community is really giving and provides a lot of those things back for families who need them. And that's been a great place for some of those families to connect to some of those resources. Legacy Foundation has supported collecting some school supplies as well. So if people were feeling like they wanted to support another Spud student who maybe doesn't have access to some of those things, they could drop them off there, and we would make sure they got into the hands of a child who needed them.
Awesome.
I'm trying to think what else is.
I can just sense your passion and
it's
enthusiasm.
It's exciting. I think a lot of people have not realized that they could get a family portrait done there free of charge, and so sometimes and those will be delivered back once the school year starts at their kids' school. So that's a neat thing.
I think there's food available too.
There's food. I didn't even mention the food, but taco in a bag. It's free to families to enjoy a meal. So yeah, a lot going on.
Awesome, Isaac. If people are ready to mark their calendars and make sure that they are at the event, what are the details? Where, when?
Yep. So 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Thursday, August 13th at the Career Academy. A little shift for people that have been there in the past. We're going to close off the main doors and open the big garage door for people to enter into. We're hoping that'll help a little bit with our traffic flows in the beginning. So if it seems like you're locked out at the main door, you'll hopefully see the big garage door open right next to there. And great opportunity to come out and hopefully see some smiling faces, and I'll certainly be excited and looking forward to it. And I would say big thanks to our school team and maybe even more so to our wider Spud community. We got a lot of people pitching in that want to support kids who are going to be there, and that's really cool to see. So we have that community here in Moorhead, and it's very much on display that day. So
that's the bottom line here. We're here for the kids. Our community is here for the kids, and we love that. So mark your calendar for August 13th. Thank you for tuning in to the Spudcast. Remember, it's a great day to be a Spud.
Underneath the dirt we grow so strong.